Welcome back to Tea and Smoke. I'm Rissa. I missed you last month. I had viral laryngitis and was unable to make a video. I'm back and I have your April collective tea leaf reading. The cup this month is definitely a little more challenging than some of the ones we've seen in the past. I suspect that there are astrological elements at play. We will see the April 8th solar eclipse, and most of the month of April is going to fall into Mercury retrograde. I don't think these things are bad, but they can be challenging, and they can kind of push change in a way that might feel uncomfortable initially. Starting underneath the handle, one of the largest things in this month's cup is a skull. The skull showing up under the handle, which is kind of about you as you are now, tells me there's a lot of things, people, events about the past that are still taking up space in your head. Accompanying the skull, there are two small dinosaurs as well. Again, more aspects about the past that are just holding on to you as we enter the month of April. I invite you to consider if you're going into this month defining yourself by who you have been instead of who you're becoming. This month might be a little challenging. It might really test you in ways that you haven't been tested. It's all about new growth. Also under the handle, a really large acorn. You are planting seeds. You are definitely going to be making changes that are about a better future for you. In order to get there, you're going to have to really examine why two dinosaurs and a huge skull would show up for you as your defining elements entering the month. What things are you still carrying with you from the past as you go forward? And can you consider letting any of them behind? A really defining element of this cup is how all of it is pushed back from the rim. When I looked at the cup, the very first thing I noticed was that there's an open rim around most of it. It tells me that as you go through April, you're going to be holding everything out a little bit. There might be some feelings of change that make you a little unsteady, a little unsure. That's okay. Change is always going to cause feelings like that, even positive change. As you go through this month, understand that any discomfort, any letting go that you experience will lead to better things. Let's start in on the emotional side of the cup. Two big triangles. There are going to be opportunities to bring new people, helpful people into your life. There are numbers showing up throughout this cup on this side, and immediately we have 3 and 9. So if those numbers resonate for you, I encourage you to embrace them. So the next thing I noticed about this cup, past those large numbers, there's a lot of small figures. I feel like as you go through April, a lot of things are going to be kind of coming at you. It might feel nonstop through most of the month, especially in those 2 middle weeks. The figures are taking a lot of different shapes. The first one is a person on a bench with an idea. They're thinking about something they want to do, but they haven't yet taken action. Next, we have a goat, a sword, 2 people kissing, a butterfly, a llama, a steer's head, 2 hammers hammering, and an eagle flying. Underneath all of that, a dinosaur and a bouquet of flowers. If you're wondering how all of that goes together, it's symbolic of the many different people and aspects that are going to be woven together in your material world and your emotional world going through April. It's going to feel like a lot. It's going to be busy. And there might even be moments where you feel like you're experiencing overwhelm, too much to do, too much to feel, too much to think about. There's definitely scatter mixed in with all of that, which means there's going to be some confusion. You might feel some lack of direction. The advice from the cup is to just keep chugging along. There's a small tugboat underneath all of this. It's just kind of traversing through all of these people and things and events, and it's just moving forward. The advice this month is going to be to just keep chugging along and moving forward as you are dealing with all of these different people. And some of them, like the 2 people kissing, might be a wonderful loving aspect, and others, like the sword, might inspire some conflict in your life. Goats can be stubborn, or just a Capricorn. Either way, you're going to have to work through it. There are 2 hammers, so I suspect you're either going to feel like you're doing the work of 2 people, sorry if that's your story, or someone, hopefully, is showing up to help you with all of this. I do want to point out there is another dinosaur here. In the beginning, we had the 2 Tyrannosauruses. Here, it's a T-Rex. There are definitely things from the past that you are simply going to have to take care of during the month of April. This could be something emotional, or this could be something material. The back of the cup, the future as you're heading towards it right now. There's a lot of open space. I'm not sure that you know what you want. You might just be chugging along like the tugboat, just getting through from day to day. And that's perfectly all right if that is your story. You will rise up. You will embrace the changes that are coming. And I think that you're going to do it in pretty grand style. There is a snake. The snake is, in fact, shedding a skin. It's telling me that as you get to the end of April, you will decide to make changes and you will stick with them. But the largest aspect in the back of the cup is a really big dragon that's just about to unfold its wings and fly. Here you are, becoming fierce, powerful, and really embracing all of the fiery energy of the month of April. There's also a number 11 showing up right next to the dragon and an electric guitar. The guitar showing up in the back of the cup could simply be an expression of the passion and creativity that you're coming into by the end of the month. And then ultimately finding a satisfying way to create and sustain your own vision. There's a lot of similarities in April between the emotional and material sides of the cup. The first thing I'm going to point out is, again, there's a lot of vacant space around the top rim of the cup. It tells me that you're kind of playing your cards close this month and really focusing on just getting through and thinking about what you need for the next step. Going back to the handle, again, the material side is about your stuff. Your home, your job, your education, your car, the things that make up the material part of your life. Starting on this side, there is a spilled bottle of wine next to a triangle. This might not literally mean that you should spill a bottle of wine. It could easily mean let go of the things that you are bottling up, the things that you're holding on to. New opportunities are going to unfold for you. Just underneath of that, and sort of crossing over into the skull, there is a roosted bird. You do have a lot of potential to move forward on the material side this month. You're going to have to do the work. However, it's not going to be something that just lands for you. You're going to have to put in the time, whether it's about your home, maybe a renovation, your job, maybe a promotion you want, or your education, classes that you're in or want to take. All of these things are going to require some commitment on your part. The next aspect we see is a woman on a bench with a cat and an inverted V. Usually I read V as victory, unless it is indeed your initial. There is definitely something to do with your home situation that you want to turn upright. And you're thinking about it. You're trying to figure it out. The home situation could be about a pet. It could be about a cohabitant. It could be about a repair or even a move that you're hoping to make. I think that this is a situation you're definitely going to have to think about some more. The very next grouping shows a turtle, a faucet, a house, and a sheep. Let's break that all down. The turtle is about very slow progress. The faucet means that you're definitely going to feel emotional about the slow progress. There is a house, going to say that this is going to be something affecting your home. The final symbol here is a sheep. They can be about nurturing within a group or just finding a kind environment. This could be about your family, or it could be about your pet group or your housemates or roommate. You're basically looking for a more peaceful living scenario. Underneath all of this is another grouping. The number 3, the number 6, and an upside down umbrella. I'm going to project that this is saying it's going to take about 3 to 6 months, not just the month of April, for you to feel like you have a full umbrella, that you feel truly protected and safe, and like you've worked out all of the tangles with your home situation. I know, it's probably not what you want to hear. You want me to say that by the end of April, everything will be peaches and roses. However, the cup is saying you're going to have to work on it a little bit longer. The 3 or the 6 could also be numbers that are associated with your home or business or education. There's one more grouping in the cup, and it's a mountain range with somebody climbing to the top. And underneath of that, the initial J with a heart and a triangle. And in the very back, a person sitting on a big overstuffed recliner with their head in their hands. Ultimately, as time goes by, you're probably going to feel like you did climb a whole mountain range, and you probably are going to want to sit in a recliner and rest. There's also going to be that feeling of victory, that you did come through. You're winning. The J is an initial. It's going to be about a person, place, thing, or event where there's a new opportunity to do or attain something that you love. The very bottom of the cup usually holds some clues to the future beyond this month. There's only one symbol here this time though. It's a very large alligator sitting in a pool of water. Protect your emotions. In my cups, the alligator is kind of a symbol that someone doesn't have your best interests at heart. Because this alligator is showing up with so much water, I'm going to place it in your emotional realm. As you go through April and beyond, be sure to have good boundaries. This alligator can't get you if you don't let it in the door. Thanks for coming back to spend time with me today for the April collective tea leaf reading. If this wasn't your reading, I do offer personal readings, but remember, I will never reach out to you. You always have to reach out to me. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up or share with a friend.